Welcome everyone to Arm Wrestling Unpacked. Brian Shaw versus Leonidas Arkona, one of the most anticipated matches of the year. Everyone knows Brian Shaw, 4 times world's strongest man, massive human, massive hype surrounding him. Then there's Leonidas Arkona, super strong, has a bunch of potential in the sport. The match ended 3-2 for Leonidas. The score was close, but anyone who watched the match knows there was a significant gap between Bryan and Leonidas. Leonidas could have likely ended the match much sooner, but decided to show off a bit. Leonidas, of course, came with the top roll, as we've seen him do in almost every match. Brian Shaw actually tried to match Leonidas in the center, top roll for top roll, but whether it was due to a lack of strength, technique, or both, Brian was overwhelmed. If you watch the match, you could see as they both hit back, Brian's knuckles instantly dropped, as his rise and his back pressure weren't quite at the level of Leonidas. Brian tried multiple times to make the top roll work, but Leonidas continually shut that lane down. Brian was able to get 2 rounds on fouls, but wasn't able to pin Leonidas one time. In the final round, Brian actually attempted to flop press Leonidas, and he had some success. He was able to get his shoulder wedged in, and he began to open up Leonidas' arm, though that round was stopped due to a foul. On the restart, Leonidas was more prepped and knocked Bryan out of the center and got the win. So what's next for these two? For Bryan, he still only has almost 2 years into the sport. He has a ton to learn, and he has shown that he has a drive to learn. He's trained with tons of athletes from Hermes, Tadzilla, Devin. I'm sure he'll review this match, find holes in his game, see what he can work on. There's a lot that could be said about technique, and I'm sure Bryan will go back learning. Uh, but what Bryan should also take away from this match is that he needs to get stronger. Arm wrestling strengths are very specific to the sport. Bryan might be massive, strong at conventional, strongman related lifts, but that's only going to have so much carryover in arm wrestling. If he's to continue top rolling, which he's shown he is interested, he's going to have to work on his back pressure, pronation, rise, the top roll fundamentals. These strengths, they're not just built by practicing technique and lifting moderate weight, as we've seen Bryan. He's often, looks like he's training to be a bodybuilder with these weights. Um, his technique could be perfect, but if he wants to beat Leonidas, he has to get stronger. I expect Bryan to make the necessary adjustments going forward. He has such a high potential. It'll be exciting to see him continue. As for Leonidas, he looked incredible. He demonstrated incredible hand and arm power. At times in the match, he looked extremely comfortable. I doubt he came anywhere near fully exerting himself. He has likely improved drastically from the match he had last with John up until now. And at this rate, he has the potential to be a serious problem at the highest level. Maybe we'll get to see him face some high level opponents in the near future. He seems dedicated, passionate about arm wrestling. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a rematch from these two someday. East First West, 23 overall. Super great event. It's already a fan favorite. Everyone loves it. Devin versus Vitali, great match. Tons of matches, all great. Um, Anyways, like and subscribe so I can afford a better mic and keep pumping out content.